So the T-shirts don't bother me. But why do you take a shot at the Golden Goose, Caitlin Clark? You guys were flying before she arrived on one of those airlines that made you pay for a cup of water. One of those airlines that is the planes are the color of a highlighter. Now you're...
Just when it seemed like the sports media world was finally ready to acknowledge true greatness. Just when it looked like they were ready to fully appreciate the once-in-a-generation talent that is Caitlin Clark, Colin Cowherd steps in and drops a hard truth, cutting straight through the noise, the sugar-coated talk, and the polished storylines that have been shielding what's really happening.
These players are so damn pissed off that there's one player that has sparked all of this: attendance, ratings, viewership, gate revenue, all this. Not only that, but they set back. She makes a dig like this after literally just seeing All-Star Game tickets dropped by 50% in value. They literally went from an average walk-in price of $121 to 64 bones. $64 to get in once Caitlin Clark's injury came out that she wasn't going to play.
And by real story, I'm talking about the uncomfortable truth that's been right in front of us for months. The WNBA, the league that should be doing everything to support their biggest star, their ratings powerhouse, their ticket to mainstream success, has instead let a toxic atmosphere take hold. Resentment, envy, and yes, let's be honest, racial bias, have been allowed to grow without anyone stepping in to stop it.
If you're in a band and you're staying at the Motel 6 and you add a band member and now you're at the Ritz-Carlton, keep your issues to yourself. All right? You went from a Motel 6 in a sketchy part of town to a Four Seasons in the shopping district. Stop talking. I don't mind the T-shirts. I think you have leverage. I think you deserve more than 9%. But it's just misstep after misstep. It's time to grow up, girls, like fast. Like this is the player that got you off the airline that was bright yellow. Right? She got you an upgrade to a better hotel as a band member. So
Colin Cowherd, the veteran sports commentator who spent decades breaking down games and analyzing athlete mindsets, finally said what most have been too nervous to even hint at. On a recent episode of The Herd, Cowherd pulled back the curtain and revealed the harsh truth behind the growing backlash aimed at the standout star from Iowa.
And Colin Cowherd, he's got the biggest radio show in the country. A guy that he could lose all the bets 2 years ago. He could lose all the bets. Maybe this side of being at gunpoint 2 years ago. This man is not talking about the WNBA, but he has come out and he has talked about the fact that Caitlin Clark is the one that's moving the needle. Caitlin Clark has made him reevaluate the way he takes vacation during the off football.
There's clearly something deeper going on here, Cowherd said. And just like that, he cracked open a conversation the sports world has been trying hard to avoid. This wasn't a shock jock moment or a soundbite made for headlines. It was a seasoned broadcaster, someone who's built his career on reading the mindset behind the game, finally pointing to what the numbers, the voting trends, and the behavior on the court have been signaling all along.
It's only going to get more profitable as women's basketball gets better, as the Caitlin Clark momentum train gets bigger. I mean, this year, she's not playing well. She's hurt. She's not there for all the games. So this is actually not as great as it could be. Like Michael Jordan, hurt year 2, next 12 years were legendary. That's what it's going to be. So I think they deserve a big raise, maybe not 50% of revenues, because NBA stars, there's a lot of them, and they move the needle. The WNBA stars, well, there's one that...
The proof is impossible to ignore, and it doesn't look good. When WNBA players cast their votes for All-Star guards, they ranked Caitlin Clark, yes, the same player who single-handedly turned the league from background noise into must-see TV, as the 9th best guard. 9th. Not 2nd, not 3rd, 9th. Behind players who, let's be honest, wouldn't pull a crowd even if their careers were on the line.
So crazy. And part of this is their way to like I said, middle finger Caitlin Clark supporters and her fans. And I I mean, sometimes I wonder, are they hoping for the soundbite? I don't get it, but it makes them look absolutely terrible. They thought they were going to come into the league and capture everybody's imagination, and I was a hot shot coming in from college. Watch me, the ratings are about to take off. Asia Wilson walked in, and it wasn't even a bleep on the radio.
If you're enjoying this, don't forget to subscribe. Now, just think about this for a second. The fans, the people actually buying tickets and tuning in, voted Caitlin Clark as the top guard, giving her a record-breaking 1.3 million votes. The media, whose job is to fairly assess talent, ranked her third. But her fellow players, the ones who share courts, locker rooms, and flights with her, placed her ninth. They decided 8 other guards deserved more recognition than the athlete who shattered viewership records, packed arenas, and helped land private jet travel for the league. The pettiness knows no limits, Cowherd said. And he's right. But this goes beyond petty behavior. When you start connecting the dots, the rough play, the constant targeting, and now the voting, it paints a picture that's hard to deny.
Caitlin Clark finished 9th in player voting. In fact, she finished behind one of her own teammates in player voting for the All-Star game. The pettiness has no bounds. But it's interesting. For years, the WNBA players were pointing fingers. They were saying people are sexist, the media is sexist, we're not being promoted, we're underappreciated. And then they get the golden goose, and they don't like what it looks like.
Caitlin Clark started this season with something rare in the world of pro sports, a spotless injury record. Over 4 years at Iowa, she played 139 straight games. In her rookie WNBA season, she suited up for all 42 games, playoffs included. She was the definition of dependable, tough, resilient, and always ready to play. But then her second WNBA season hit, and everything changed. The player who had never missed a game due to injury suddenly sat out 10 times. 3 different injuries, a strain in her left quad, a left groin issue, and then a right groin injury, have taken the league's most durable rising star and turned her into someone spending more time with trainers than on the court.
And that's what we was saying, like, y'all don't think, like, all that hacking her and fouling her nonstop, all, like, y'all should have just, like, y'all, like, it wasn't smart for it. Like, y'all have the negotiations now. Like, y'all are negotiating now. Why would y'all want her to be out and it reflecting the numbers? Like, why would...
This sudden shift, from never missing a game to being frequently sidelined, isn't just bad luck. It's happening in a league where players have openly said they treat Caitlin Clark differently than anyone else. As one analyst pointed out, Aja Wilson isn't being guarded full court, but Caitlin is. For 2 straight WNBA seasons, Clark has faced intense full-court pressure and noticeably different treatment on the floor. The level of physicality aimed at her stands out. It's so clear, in fact, that legendary UConn coach Gino Auriemma felt the need to speak up. He didn't hold back, saying Clark is being singled out with rough play that goes far beyond the usual rookie welcome. I don't remember Larry Bird and Magic Johnson getting beat up just because they brought new attention to the league, he said. They were celebrated, not targeted.
The women's game is actually fun to watch until you see 3 women, basically box in Caitlin Clark and take a shot. Just boom. What is that about? And then you see the WNBA officials who completely disregard it, just walk, just like it didn't happen. Like it didn't happen. I mean, I've seen moves by these women that look like Lambeer on Bird, and there's not even a foul called, much less a guy being thrown